Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we take a POV perspective of a recent shoot I was on. Tag along as I capture B-roll on my Ronin and Easy Rig. I walk you through my interview setup and lighting. Stick around to the end to see the results of the interview, false color LUTs, and the buttery B-roll. All right guys, this one's gonna be a little bit different. We are going with a POV setup. Today I am going in with just a small cart. I'm using my van today because it was already set up. It was more convenient. I have my cart loaded down and ready to go for another agency shoot. Let's get into it. It is currently 9:08. So we just wrapped up headshots. We're moving on to doing interviews. I have my wide camera, which is going to be my 50mm, and I am looking around for areas to film in, operatories that we can have a little control in. And this is where I'm landing, right here. The only thing is the second angle is going to be a little tough, but we could get away with it here and here. All right, let's go for that. I was lucky enough today to have my cart and my van, so I could just roll everything around. I'm gonna need you in a second.
Me?
To sit in, yes.
Oh my gosh.
So.
I thought I was done with.
No, I need for practice so when the patients come in, we're ready to go. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to have them sitting here in this space. I'm going to try to put the key light right in this world here, and then that'll give them ability to walk in this way, come and sit down for this interview. So it's going to be tight. That's why I like using these small stands at these shoots, or tripods, because I don't need anything that's overwhelming. It just needs something that's gonna work really well in a tight space. I'm gonna get the subject to sit in, and make those fine-tune adjustments so I can get my framing right, and then I'll light it from there. All right, I need a model. All right, perfect model, let's go. You could get your, it'll be quick. I'm just gonna frame it up,
Okay.
and then I'll need you in a little bit after that.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna sit down right there.
Here?
Yep. Perfect, and you're gonna look over here to the left-hand side. Oh, you could look, you have to sit straight. Perfect, awesome. All right, let me make some quick adjustments. It's okay, we'll adjust for her. This is more to get the framing overall of the image that I want, so I can see how the background plays with everything, and then we'll adjust for her. All right, you're good to disappear. I'm gonna set up some lights. Go get your Coke. All right, so I wanna get it in this world here. So we'll see if we can somehow make it land there. It's gonna be really tight, but maybe able to just extend out a little, boom, and heavy bag it. See if that's even in the shot. We could come into problems with that. And we are clear of shot there, so it can work. Okay. So I get the little arm. This may have to turn around. No, we're good. Should be good. See if we get the light right in this world, and we could be very happy. Cool. Should be able to hook it right in. You can see it needs a little more room to get the rest of the light built out. Okay, so we have ability to tilt forward like this, and then we have the ability to rotate. So we have a lot of movement in it. See what we're dealing with light-wise. 38, 39, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Okay, so we're gonna go with 4,000. All right, so we're gonna turn that other light on. Great. It's a little too much, so we're gonna go down. Almost there. 4,000. 4,000. We're good. We're matched up. Take a look at our setup. We have two Sony A7 IVs. The wide is a 50mm f1.2 set to 2.8. The tight is an 85 1.8 set to f2.8. We have a Matthews stand here with a shot bag holding up our K-Tech boom pole, which leads to our Sennheiser shotgun microphone. It's a Sennheiser 416 going into a Zoom F3, which is clamped on to the stand. We will have a line out coming from this recorder into the wide camera. We have an Amaran F22c for our key light. Our subject will be sitting right here in this world. We have an Aperture MT Pro, and that will be our hair light. It is boomed over with a Matthews gobo arm to a Matthews kit stand, and then we have an Avenger kit stand for the F22. Let me show you how it's rigged up, because we couldn't get it over into this space. So it is actually boomed over slightly to get over this counter. Awesome, so we're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna start your interrogation. Hopefully you remember dates correctly, because we're gonna figure out where you were on certain dates. All right, guys, if we could quiet down. All right. Major thing when we ask questions, we need the context of the question. So, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is blue, versus just saying blue.
Oh, okay.
We want to know what the question is. So, the
Okay.
context of the question is important to us.
I wish people on television would do that.
Yeah, because you don't know what they're saying. You're like,
You know, when reporters are asking questions and you can't hear it, and then
you don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-mm.
It's like, oh my gosh, like you totally lose context. So here we go. As soon as we're done with the interviews, we go straight to B-roll. This B-roll lays over the interviews and is used to help cover up cuts and also add some dynamic to the video itself. I'm using my FX3 with a Sigma 24-70, and then I have the Easy Rig Minimax Stable Light paired with the DJI RS2. It is my go-to setup for gimbal B-roll. I can go a long time and get smooth shots without getting my arms tired or my back hurting from leaning over and having to have that gimbal weight in front of me. This transfers everything over to my hips and helps me get really smooth shots, even zoomed in. And that's what's amazing, is I could just barely move and I get good results. I shot everything in 60 frames, but right now you're seeing it on a 24 frame timeline, which gives you the ability to see how everything looks and how smooth it is. Now, when we're shooting these B-roll shots, I don't have time to constantly cut. Sometimes the action is happening, so I get a shot, I count a few seconds, and then I move on, and I get another one, and I get another one, because we don't get too much time with the patient and the doctor, so we've got to utilize everything. Another key point is it is shot in 60 frames, so they could slow it down 2.5 times if they wanted to. But a lot of the shots are so smooth, they just keep them at real speed versus slowing it down. And you can see how I dance with this gimbal. I'm just moving it, my body twists. The GoPro is actually attached to my chest, so you can see that I'm not always right behind the gimbal. This allows me to get great parallaxing shots by being able to move the gimbal away from my body and to the side. And that's where the Easy Rig comes into play and makes it super simple to do. Now I zoomed in all the way to 70 millimeter, and you can see how smooth these shots are. Now remember, we're transitioning between shots, counting a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got the shot. Okay, I'm gonna move to a different position, go the other way maybe, waiting for some smiles, some great interactions. If I don't get it, I move on to the next shot. I move on to the next shot. And that's what's important in these situations is you get something and you move on. You get something and you move on. I widened up a bit and I'm actually using the motor to use the zoom on the actual Ronin itself. And that gives me the flexibility to move in and out. And you can see that I'm just making really subtle movements, just barely twisting the gimbal, giving us those smooth shots. Now, this is a really tight space. So you would think that using the Easy Rig with the gimbal would be big, but it really isn't. It takes up just the same amount of space. You may lose a little bit above your head. So if there's stuff above you, watch out for that. But I can move so easily without getting worn out and keep shots longer without shake. And you see the shots, they haven't been stabilized at all. They're straight out of camera. I haven't done any editing to them, any editing to the footage, stabilization or anything, and it's just ready to go. And then I switch sides, change it up, communicating with the client, and I try for something else, hit record, and I'm ready to go. I keep forgetting I have the ability to hit record on the gimbal, but sometimes I just reach right there and move quickly to get the shot.
Like and subscribe to the channel.
There you go. You'll be the first one that ever does that on mine.
Was that close enough?
That's good. So we're gonna get y'all chit-chatting. This is just kind of fake like you're about to be checking out. So just look at that with her. Y'all just interact. Yep, looking good. And action, you're good. If we're not laughing and smiling on these shoots, they're not successful. I always do my best to make sure that the patients coming in and the dental practice, everyone's smiling, having a great time, because it does translate into the videos. And I always want to get the best results possible, especially when it comes to the B-roll. It really shows through when everyone's having a good time. So what do you guys think of the new POV setup? It's a GoPro on a chesty setup. It's only a Hero Session 5. I think I may upgrade to give you guys better quality because this is very potato footage, but I wanted to test it out, see how it worked, and it made it real easy for me to move around quickly and still get great content for you guys. Mixing in the Osmo Pocket, also the Insta360, I think will make it really great for you guys to see everything that's going on and be immersed into the content. So let me know what you think down below. And also let me know what you think of the lighting setup, the way that I chose the space overall. Thank you so much guys for watching. I really appreciate you and I'll see you on the next one.